The defense caught my client on video doing certain activities she claimed she couldn't do. Was that the end of her case? Was her case over because the defense thought they'd caught her in a lie? You want to know the answer? Come join me for this walk as I share with you the answer to this question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. The answer is no, her case was not over. You want to know why? Because my client had a very good excuse, a very good reason why the defense caught her on video doing what she did. All right, this case involved improperly performed foot surgery. And now, during the course of the case, my client said she was unable to do certain activities. She said she couldn't go biking. She said she couldn't walk very far without having pain. The defense hired a private investigator. And you might be thinking, why would they do that? I'll tell you why. They hire a private investigator to try and see if they can catch the injured patient doing certain activities that they claim they can't do. So they want to try and catch the person in the act and then use that to contradict what they have said or testified about when the case goes to trial. So now, in this particular instance, my client said she was having difficulty doing many of the activities that she used to be able to do. She didn't say she couldn't do any of these activities, but rather had pain doing them. She had difficulty walking long distances. She had difficulty putting weight on her particular foot. So now when my client was questioned during a pretrial question and answer session known as a deposition, which is really sworn testimony given under oath. I guess it's the same thing, right? Sworn testimony, you're giving testimony under oath. This was done in my office. Now, there's no judge there, there's no jury there, but there is a court stenographer there to record all of the questions being asked and all of her answers. And her answers carry the same exact weight as if she's testifying at the time of trial. The only difference is it's taking place in our office before it ever gets to trial. So now the defense hired a private investigator to follow her for a few days. And what did they catch her doing? They caught her coming out of her home, walking from her home about 20 feet to her car in her driveway. What else did they catch her doing? They caught her taking out the garbage, going from her home, walking about 20 feet to throw the garbage away in the garbage can. What else did they catch her doing? They caught her driving from her home now to work, which is about 20 minutes away. They caught her getting out of her car in the parking lot at work and now walking about 150 feet to the entrance to her employment. That's what they caught her doing. Now, how did we know about this? Because the defense sent us a copy of this videotape. They sent us this information, as they are required to do, claiming that they are now going to use this against my client at the time of trial. When it turned out that my client came in to watch the video with me, you know what happened? She started to laugh. And I said, why are you laughing? This is really, really serious. She said, I'm laughing because every single thing that is shown in this video is exactly the problem I have doing every day. I said, explain. She told me that she has difficulty doing those activities, such as walking from her home to her car. She has difficulty taking many steps. I said, but it doesn't show that you have any problem walking. She said, I don't have a limp, but I will tell you, after doing this or standing on my feet for more than an hour, I have significant pain. I have to sit down repeatedly at work. My job requires that I stand up for a long period of time. It is physically impossible for me to stand for hours at a time, she tells me. I said, oh, that's great. She laughed when she saw the video. I said, why are you laughing? She said, because the most important thing they didn't capture on video. I said, explain. She said, what they don't see is what happens behind my closed doors. What they don't see is what happens after I get back from a long day of work, of being on my feet for 8 hours, and now I have to go into my home and now take care of my kids and cook dinner and take care of my husband. They don't see that. They don't see the pain I'm in as I'm trying to go up the stairs. They don't see that. Why not? Because the door is closed once I walk in the front door, and they weren't videotaping me there. They don't see that I have to take my shoes and socks off. They don't see the pain relievers that I have to take. They don't see the narcotic pain medication I have to be on in order to prevent this pain from occurring and disabling me for the entire night. They don't see any of that. So although they do see me walking out the door and I don't have a limp, there's no question about that. I never said I couldn't walk out the door. I never said I couldn't walk to the garbage can. I never said I couldn't get in my car and drive. I do all those things because I have to. And I do it with pain. And I do it because I need to make a living to help my family survive. So everything that I was asked questions about during my pretrial deposition is still accurate. But the most important thing is they never got me once I was inside my house. They never asked me questions about what I do when I walk in the front door. And that's very significant. So now, how did I use that at trial? what I did was I showed the jury this videotape. I preemptively showed the jury this videotape. And then I had my client talk about those types of activities that she was having difficulty doing. I showed the jury, through my client's words, exactly what happened to her when she walks in the front door. I had her explain what problems she has from the moment she walks in the door after a long day of work, and now you don't see this on the video. And you know what? The jury believed her. And even though they had surveillance video showing her doing certain activities, the jury understood why she had these problems. The jury understood that the surveillance video only showed a small portion of the problems she was having, and clearly it didn't show everything, clearly nothing behind closed doors. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you a sense of what really happens in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I understand you're likely watching this because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but haven't done so yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.